A story. That light is flashing.
Hey, have him.
A story. I don't know what story to tell you.
Have him tell you the story about the time he got picked up by two gay guys as a hitchhiker.
Oh, I do have that one, I guess. I don't know. They told me the whole interior of their car was totally trashed. It had been like cut, ripped up, everything else. And they'd been shopping for dresses at the mall.
They told you this?
Yes. And they showed me the dresses. And then the whole inside of their car had been torn apart.
And how did that happen?
Well, they said some queers did it. I swear to God they said that.
But they were shopping for dresses.
Yes. And they showed me the dresses. They were having the dance at the Alcazar that night or some shit. I swear to God that is true, dude.
I swear you make
And they
up
said,
another
where do you,
element to this
so they
story
asked
every
me,
time I have you tell it. Alcazar. Where was the Alcazar?
it was downtown in Muncie.
Oh, you know right where it was, huh?
Damn right. A place you would avoid. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
So, where was it they picked you up?
I was hitchhiking back from Anderson to Muncie, and they picked me up on 32. And some queers tore up their car.
So did you get a ride the whole way back to
Well,
Muncie?
they wanted to give me a ride to my house, and I said, just drop me up here on campus.
Actually,
Because I ain't telling you where I was.
Exactly.
They told me I had nice hair, though. They did. Yeah,
So,
you have nice hair.
How were the dresses? What did they get?
Oh, they were nice, dude. Very formal, sequined. Dude, they were hot stuff.
They were formal. Did they try them on for you?
No, they did not. It's a true story, I swear. I couldn't make shit like that up.
I would hope not, but that's Grandpa Tim. That's the famous story.
Okay, I didn't feel scared or anything, and I'm actually walking
He was
down.
very non-threatening.
I couldn't find this stupid house, so this address he gave me. So I was carrying this turntable up and down the street, and there were some people outside.
I fit right in.
And I'm in Shedtown, I don't even know it, I suppose I could have been shot or something. But do you know Ralph Johnson?
Wow. So now.
I wonder they didn't steal my
now
turntable.
Turkey Lady died a few years ago. Now you're Turntable Lady in Shedtown.
He was so cool to talk to, though. He looked at it, and he just reached over, and he knew exactly
Knew right off
what
the bat?
drawer to pick it out of. And long story short, I get home, it works great for about 2 weeks, and then the turntable surface itself started just jumping up and down.
So like the.
So some of their belts or
Belt,
something
yeah.
broke. And I have no idea. I started thinking about driving to Indy to get it repaired. Who knew that Best Buy sells turntables? I didn't know you could just buy a turntable. So I
Yeah, I
bought a
wouldn't think a place like
turntable,
that carried them
and I
anymore.
bought Pioneer speakers and an amp, a new amp too.
Get your hi-fi system
So-
all decked out.
So you can play records, albums tomorrow to your heart's content. Be the DJ. But first I'll have to clean the carpet because I guess it smells like shit
Can I
down
do a
there.
little? Can I do a little turntable scratch magic?
Hi, Spicoli.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
What, haven't you recorded enough of me?
No.
I could tell you war stories.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Aw.
Yeah, didn't the camera break already?
No.
Good. Tell us about that time you were in Turkey, Dad.
I was in Turkey,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even Thanksgiving.
Hey!
Ew.
It was close to that Thanksgiving, I think. I don't know. People shit in the street in Turkey. It's freaking gross.
Seamus would be right at home. Or Hamish. I keep calling him Seamus, because I
Well, I thought it was
remember Greg
Hamish,
Spencer's.
because I heard it was English. I thought it was Hamish.
Remember Greg Spencer's
Yeah.
big ass wolf dog?
Yeah,
That was Seamus.
that was
I keep thinking, I keep having that in my head.
Uh-oh. Well,
What about, around the time you were denied a place on the Pittsburgh Pirates because of your long hair?
Yeah, that was bullshit, man.
Tell us,
It was the Kansas City Royals.
Kansas City Royals, start at the beginning.
The Kansas City Royals were just a new team, and I think that was about, I don't know, 19 something.
Yay?
They were just a new team, and I hadn't played baseball for a while, but they were having tryouts for anybody, like
Open tryouts.
yeah, like the Eagles did for that Papali guy.
Yeah,
You know that maybe?
Yeah. I
All
know
right.
the story.
Well, it was like that. So they took everybody, and I went there. I hitchhiked there, and I had long
But didn't
hair.
get picked up by gay guys on the way.
No,
Okay.
I hitchhiked there. I had my bat and my glove and no spikes. I just had I think it was Dingo boots on. Not
What?
yeah, Dingo boots.
To go to a major league tryout.
Well, that was the best I had. I think they were the blue suede ones.
I think I know the ones you were talking about because I think they were still around when I was a kid. So, yeah, you remember those?
I do remember
So those are worth serious dough now, by the way.
those. Like all the stuff that I got rid of in
We're getting
rummage
sidetracked
sales.
here.
Navy jackets, I had those.
Yeah, what about your belt buckle slash pipe piece?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that was just for looks. I never used that to smoke dope or nothing. I
Ever.
swear.
So anyway, so you're wearing Dingo boots. You got a bat, a glove.
Like,
What are you wearing? Like a tank top,
Like
and
a
cut-off
hobo.
shorts too?
no, I don't remember what I had on. Probably jeans, because with rhinestones on them.
Cause they went to the
Flare
I don't even
jeans
remember.
to go with your
But I
Dingo
went to
boots.
try out for the Kansas City
Where
Royals
did you go? Where was it?
in Noblesville.
You hitchhiked there from Muncie?
Uh-huh. And I got there, and they were like letting everybody try out, which was really cool. So I met some decent guys or whatever, but I hit the ball really well. They had this really short left field fence,
Yeah.
and I could always hit to the opposite field really good. I jacked like 3 or 4 of them over there, dude.
Yeah.
And then I ran like the wind, because I was always fast anyway, being left-handed. I could,
Especially in Dingo boots.
yeah. And they never called me. I never got to play for the Kansas City Royals.
And
I
why
never
did-
got in their farm.
And why do you think that was?
Well, there were guys there who were much better than me, but I thought I showed them something. I had some promise.
Now, you always swore to me up and down that they didn't call you because of your long hair. But now that I've heard the story again and you relay the fact that you were wearing Dingo boots, maybe they thought, who the hell is
Well, I
this
think it was
nut
Dingo
job?
boots.
He's got opposite field power.
I had it all going on.
Imagine what he could do with some proper spikes.
I had my draft physical in Dingo boots.
What didn't you do?
and
Was I
tidy
conceived
whities.
in these Dingo boots?
Yeah. You know, do you know who George McGinnis was?
The basketball player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When I went to get my draft physical, and I was in my Dingo
He
boots,
played for the Pacers,
and
right?
and my tidy whities, and McGinnis was like 6'10" or 6'11",
Yeah.
and as I'm going through this one hallway, I see him, and I know who it is,
Right.
and I just look at him and I said, George, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, this is what he said exactly to me. I don't know, I'm too tall for this shit.
Hey, speaking of draft physicals and whatnot, what about your peanut butter story?
No, that, I didn't do the peanut butter thing, I did not. That
I
is
know
so
you
funny.
weren't there for it, right? Somebody told you this one.
They did, but
Yeah.
that's an urban myth. I'm sure it is.
Nah, tell the story.
No, I'm not going to.
Tell the story.
I will tell you this, when I took my test for the draft, because Muhammad Ali failed the friggin' test.
A written test?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
What
had
is-
like, you had to color in the little things like you do as SAT or whatever. So Muhammad Ali fails this thing. And so I think, and then he doesn't, they won't take him in the service because he's too stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, on the thing where all the answers are, afterwards,
Okay.
because then they decided he wasn't too stupid to be in the military,
Mm-hmm.
which makes perfect sense. So, I colored in the things and made a peace sign out of them, and I passed.
So what you're saying in essence is that by randomly filling in a pattern,
I still
that
passed
still
the
made
test.
you smarter than Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali.
Ali, yeah,
He's a pretty bright guy.
and hadn't been hit near as many times.
Not that you hadn't been hit,
No,
just not nearly as many times.
right.
Well, you're not gonna tell the peanut butter story?
No, I'm not telling the peanut butter story. That's, I told you that's urban myth, that's crap.
I don't care.
I'm not telling that. I happen to enjoy peanut butter to this day.
All right. How many guys do you know named Shorty Bob?
I know two. Two guys named Shorty
you know
Bob.
more than one
Uh-huh.
person who goes by the handle
Shorty Bob.
Bob.
Yep. The original is Shorty Bob Humes.
And the imposter is?
Is Shorty Bob Dowdy.
Did these two Shorty Bobs ever cross paths?
Yes,
with each
they
other?
did.
Yeah? You knew them both at the same time?
Yes.
Was that a regular nickname around these parts back in the 60s and 70s? So you just happened...
They were two totally different people.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, they were.
Otherwise, you're just certifiably insane.
Shorty Bob Humes was just really funny, and Shorty Bob Dowdy was funny too, but funny kind of funny.
What
Not
does that
gay
mean?
funny. just-
Funny? Like funny,
Well,
ha
he
ha.
like Shorty Bob Dowdy.
Which
Like,
one?
Shorty Bob Dowdy.
Yeah.
He liked Green Tambourine, if that tells you anything. Do you know
Great
that
song. My green tambourine.
Jesus God. And Yummy, and that bubblegum shit.
Yeah. Like Sugar by the Archies.
Shorty Bob Humes was just a little bit stockier and kind of a badass, but in a fun way. He didn't.
So
He didn't.
he was
No.
a badass in a fun way, but Shorty Bob Dowdy was funny, but not as funny as Shorty Bob Humes, but not funny in a gay way, funny in a ha-ha way.
Yeah, Shorty Bob Humes was like extremely enjoyable to be around.
Oh. Whatever happened to these guys?
I saw Shorty Bob Humes a few years back when I was doing lock work, and somebody called up and they'd locked their keys in their car, and I hadn't seen him for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And I go to unlock this car, and it's Shorty Bob Humes.
Did you recognize
He lives
you
in
right
Colorado. Yeah, he did. He said, "You're that fucking crazy bastard that walked over those coals at the 500." Because
All
somebody
right.
dumped out their damn charcoal grill, and I was slightly inebriated and possibly high on drugs, and I walked right across the goddamn coals.
Barefoot? No.
Because hippies went barefoot then.
Right.
Yeah,
How did
that's
that,
what we
How
did.
did that work out for the bottoms of your feet?
Well, I probably made it 20 steps past there before I realized what I'd done.
How many coals were there?
A
20
lot of
steps.
them. A lot of them.
Okay.
And realized what I did, and then I just put ice and cold beers on my feet.
That'll save you.
And they were screwed up, but they were okay.
Well, you know.
Now, at the 500 one time, Shorty Bob Dowdy was diabetic.
Yep.
So he had to shoot up every day. So we're at the 500, and it's, early in the morning, cause we just got in the track, and he starts shooting up, and everybody thinks he's a fucking junkie,
Yeah.
which we thought was really cool.
Okay, did
And then
they,
he busts out this bag and holds it up and shaking it around, and it's full of coffee, but everybody thought that was dope. I don't know. It was funny at the time.
so did he get any special preferential treatment after that? From the crowd that thought he was cool, that he was a junkie?
No.
No? It's just a particular reverence for the junkie in their midst.
Yeah, they just couldn't believe there was a junkie. Junkies weren't cool then. There wasn't a lot of them that we knew.
So we got there so back to Shorty Bob Hume,
Yeah.
who you randomly came and popped a lock for.
Right.
You said he lived in Colorado now?
Uh-huh.
And what was he doing back here? Visiting
Yeah.
people?
He told me that I should move to Colorado because they don't have any bugs.
Everybody out there says they're
There's no
always
bugs.
trying to recruit people for Colorado. I think the whole damn state's a cult.
Well, they're big dope smokers now.
So is Portland, Maine.
Oh, I know, dude.
First city on the East Coast. Made it legal to have 2.5 ounces.
I know, you can like walk around smoking a joint. That is so
You
badass.
can't. You can still get busted.
No.
You can't smoke it in public. You can't. You're allowed to have up to 2.5 ounces on you.
But you can't smoke a
You
joint
can't
like...
smoke it in public. Still can't operate a car. All the usual stuff that applies to. You can't drink in public outside of restrooms.
No, you can't.
So same kind of
I was
thing.
quite reminded of that one time while I was there.
Yeah, but
I still like Portland, Maine for that. That is badass. I meant to ask you about that. That's so cool, you know that. Well, of course, why wouldn't you?
So yeah, now people are trying to put it on the docket to get it passed statewide. That'll have a much harder time.
Why? There's nobody that lives in that state. Montana and Maine have nobody.
Portland.
Maine has Portland and like, here's Portland, here's Bangor, and here's the rest of Maine with no roads. They didn't even have a map. It's like Montana. Montana's a huge fucking state, and there's like one interstate that goes this way and one that goes this way to get you the hell out of that state because there's nothing else there.
I hear parts of it are rather gorgeous.
Montana?
Yeah.
I think that in
Never been there myself.
Ambrose's the book about Lewis and Clark. Can't think of the name of it. Undaunted Courage. Yeah.
Right.
There's a part of Montana that is still actually the same as it was when Lewis and Clark, and he would take his family there camping every year.
Huh. Is it which part of the state? You know, western?
I don't know. It's Montana.